Tonight we're going to do something a little more fun and lighthearted. We know it's the holiday season for a lot of you who celebrate. And so we decided to talk about Gen Xers and our childhoods and how we're even alive to tell you these stories. We don't know. There's some fun stories. We know a lot of you have stories. We want to hear from you. And take it, Jay.
We also have something special in store, because neither one of us love the idea of sitting here like Gen Xers with a piece of paper and our readers on for source material. So we have something different this evening and special for you, because in the future we're going to be doing reactions. Our source material is going to come from reactions and videos like we promised, that we loved, that's helped us, that on our journey through all the things we've talked about so far and through the ones we'll talk about in the future. So
but tonight is lighthearted and fun.
Super lighthearted.
And this gal, I just came across her, Kelly Marr. I think her name is Kelly Marr. I think that's her name. She's awesome. I am so sorry if I'm totally getting... Mano. Sorry, Kelly Mano. Thank you, Hingle. She's awesome. She's freaking hilarious, and I want to be her friend. I'm going to reach out to her after this and see if we can be friends. So anyway, we're going to do a reaction to her video, and then we'll talk about some stories.
So here's what a taste of our future is going to look like as we're reacting.
With these huge...
Excuse us for a second, and roll it, Hingle.
Gen X Hotline, what do you want?
Hi, I work from home, and with the kids still home on summer break, I am not getting anything done.
Okay, so step one, have you tried locking them out of the house?
Okay, but like what would they eat all day?
Okay, do you have any like honeysuckle or blackberry bushes in your yard?
Yeah, I think so.
They're gonna be fine. That's what they're gonna eat.
They're fine.
Yep.
What about the bathroom?
Oh no, they're just gonna poop in the woods.
Yes.
What? Wait, what?
She
Gen X
gone.
Hotline, what do you want?
My kids are saying they're bored. What do I do?
Okay, there's a couple answers for this, but let me check the first one. So the kids
We are not allowed to be bored.
Yes. Okay, so tell them to go play in traffic.
But they're out in the street.
Have a good day.
Bye.
Gen X Hotline, what do you want?
My son saw another student with a vape pen in his backpack. Should we tell the teacher or go straight to the principal?
All right, let me check the book on that. Teacher or principal? Okay, it says, tell him not to be a fucking snitch and to mind his business.
Yes.
Thank you, Hingle.
Okay. So there's a little taste of what our future that was a funny one. We'll do serious stuff too, but
Oh my gosh. So the blackberries and honeysuckles are exactly, actually, and thimbleberries and the apple tree that sometimes had apples.
for me it was pecans too, coming from
Ooh, yum.
pecan trees.
That's literally what we ate
survival food.
all day. Like, you go out. This was on non-school days, so summertime and weekends. You are out the door as soon as you have breakfast, and you are not allowed to come back in until dark. Like, it wasn't even like, oh, hey, go have fun. You have all day. It was like, no, you're not allowed. Like what she said, the door is locked. You're not allowed to come back in the house.
Well, my mom was working, so there was nobody there to lock the house, but I was gone anyway, but certainly had to be home by dark.
I love the, so last night, what spurred this idea of doing this is we saw somebody on TV do this. And I was like, did you ever do that and feel like you were so cool? Like, look at your enemy across this classroom and, do you remember what other things did we used to say?
Well, I mean, some of
Or
which
do?
you probably can't say here. You
Oh,
know.
well, no, you can't say some of those things anymore, but that's part of being Gen X. We don't care.
Well, and I kind of had the best of both worlds, because I'd spend the summer with my grandparents out in the country on my great-grandparents' farm on the lake there in Lake Livingston, but grew up in a suburb of Houston in Deer Park there on the southeast side.
And
so,
I grew up in the mountains where we didn't have like cement or sidewalks or anything. Like, we were in the mountains all day long, just doing whatever we wanted, starting
the
fires.
the wildlife.
We one time found this. We had just gone deep into the woods. My brother and I with our friends across the street, Sarah and Seth, and we were climbing this mountain for so long, and we came across this huge cistern of what it had to be somebody's water supply.
Took a big old swig.
No, we dove in and swam in it. It was so deep. I mean, I was little, but it felt like it was at least like 50 feet deep, and we were just swimming our hearts out just in the middle of the woods cistern. I don't even know.
Well,
I didn't know that was a thing.
On my great-grandparents' farm, there were creeks, there was a lake, so we didn't have cisterns. But back home, there were ditches and ponds, and so riding all over the place through the ditches. Like where I grew up in town, in Houston, it rains a lot. And so when the floods would come, we had concrete ditches, and so we'd ride our bikes along the edge of the concrete ditch that kind of lipped up on top, and so you were down inside of them, right?
Yeah.
But when it rained heavy, and that's when the floaties came out, and we'd float the ditch.
Ooh, fun.
So it was a means of transportation.
Yes.
On our bikes all around town, and it was like the Schlitterbahn or New Braunfels float in the river, but it was a ditch. So
we lived sort of on the river. We had a creek behind our house, and then behind that was a house and property, and then they lived right on the river. So we were able to go down there and, but not without our parents. But I really wanted to be a mermaid.
Can't imagine.
So a few times I snuck down there by myself to the raging river and swam and pretended to be a mermaid. I really thought I could do it. Splash, the movie Splash, made me believe that it could happen, because I thought for sure I was maybe one. I wasn't, but and then riding our bikes for hours and hours. Kids these days don't, I mean, think about how even when we raised our kids, I feel like our kids got a little taste because we were able to try to give them some of that, but kids these days don't. They'd never survive. It doesn't seem like. I'm talking
it was first, I know at least second grade, because we moved from Pasadena to Deer Park in the second grade. And at least the first part of second grade, I think first as well, latchkey kid walking to school.
So how old are you in second grade? Like 7?
I don't know. Yeah.
7.
Or
think about
6 or
7-year-olds. They're missing teeth. They're babies.
Yeah. Well, and I remember walking to school one time, seeing some beautiful flowers in some lady's yard. And a good bundle of those got picked for my teacher.
Oh, so sweet.
So,
let's see. What is the story? One time, I mean, let me go back to the youngest I was, home alone. And we had I'm thinking I was also second grade. So, but I don't remember my brother being there because he would have been, I think, only 5. But then probably the next year once he was in school too, then he was home alone with me if they were in town or something. And I was not allowed to answer the phone, but if it rang, I would know it was my parents. If it rang twice, hung up, and then rang again, then I could answer it because it was them checking.
Code.
It was a code.
Yes.
I read something today about how we blocked people back in the 80s as we just took the phone off the hook.
Yes. You get the
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, no. So I remember kicking the can down the fence row coming home in first or second grade. And, later on you come home and, of course, Mom was at work. And I come home and my favorite was Bluebell homemade vanilla bean ice cream and Thundercats.
We would come home from school. So that was the only time we could watch TV for a little while. And we only had 2 channels, maybe 1. We didn't have cable or anything like that. But we got He-Man after school, and then Little House on the Prairie.
I know that's your favorite.
It's my favorite still. And then sometimes, growing up on that river, I know. And then so my brother, who's here, he would watch He-Man, and I'd watch it with him. I loved She-Ra. I was her for Halloween one time.
Castle Grayskull, bro.
And then we'd watch Little House. But do you remember Odin Slane? That I don't know what to call you. I don't know if I should call your real name or what. But do you remember watching Goonies every single day after school? You would run. I think you would run ahead of me after we get off the bus and you'd run into the house as fast as you could, and you'd put that movie in the VCR, and we'd watch it every single day. I loved it. It was so good. I still love that movie.
Well, tell me this, right? So growing up, single parent home, if it wasn't for cereal, I probably would not be alive. What did you guys get every morning?
Cream of wheat was my favorite. I even have a scar on my leg from carrying it to the table and spilling it on my leg. It burned the shit out of my leg. Still have the burn scar. So we like hot cereal a lot. I don't remember having cold cereal a lot. Like if we did, it was fully generic. And the only time we got fancy cereal was at my grandma's house because she was like a coupon queen. So she'd have all the fancy cereals, which we didn't go up there very often. So,
well, to my mom's credit,
cornflakes.
Sometimes it was cheese toast,
Oh,
slice of cheese on top of in the oven.
yeah,
Sometimes it was oatmeal. That's a special day.
yeah.
Sometimes it was cinnamon toast. But then on the weekends, she'd make
Ooh.
up for it. She was an incredible cook. She'd
Yeah.
make delicious
Cinnamon
stuff.
toast was my favorite. And every weekend we'd have biscuits and gravy. It was
Marnell
like,
said she swam in that river.
yes, you did, Marnell. So Odin Slane is my brother, Marnell. And brother, I'm just going to call you brother. I don't know if you want me to say your name. I don't know what to do. But Marnell's grandparents lived right next to Dorina, our school. Pretty cool. Pretty small world. And now we know Marnell here. So
That's a beautiful area up there. We took a trip up and drove around the river to the other side of it. And so
pretty
my
up there.
imagination of how you guys grew up is pretty vivid.
Yeah, I was able to show him our house and take him to the river and the falls and all that. It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, we used to ride our bikes forever, like for miles and miles. Our cousins lived across the river from us. So, and we all had 3-wheelers. They had like fancy ones, and ours were all older because my uncle worked on a crab boat and they always had a lot of money. So they had all like brand new cool stuff and we didn't. And so they'd come over with their fancy stuff when we got our, multicolored 3-wheelers and stuff. But I remember we could hear Uncle Wes coming from across the river on his 3-wheeler with his mullet. I have those kind of funny memories, like just.
Your brother said he still owns that movie.
Yeah. I wonder if we have it. I don't
So
know.
for me and cousins, that was like family reunion time, right? Which I loved. And going to my great grandparents' farm, there's a picture somewhere where when you go to the farm, you're dirty all day long. And there was a big claw bathtub in a bathroom that was built onto this old 100-plus-year-old farmhouse. And you wanted to be first in because it's not like they were draining it for every bath, if you know what I mean.
Oh.
But all the cousins there, and when you're little, you're just running around in your underwear.
Yeah.
But there's a picture of me sitting behind it's a 1950s something truck, and they just put on whatever, right?
Oh, yeah. I know
They
the
just
story.
dress you in whatever the hell's there. And so I'm wearing like these cut-off jeans and this shirt with a gigantic mural of a kitty cat. Mural.
Mural, not Muriel.
Not Muriel. That's somebody's name. Mural of a huge kitty cat. And it's kind of hard to be tough with that.
Yeah.
So, but I loved my cousins, I called them, I guess, when I was little.
Aw, so sweet. Yeah, we always had family around. Like I said, my cousins lived across the river from us, and then we had a big family, so we spent most of our time because we lived so far away from everybody else with those cousins up there, and then our friends and stuff. But we have a big family. So we spent but I was thinking about, a lot of people have mentioned drinking from water hoses. We did that, of course, but mostly we would drink straight from the creek or the river. And I tell you, even to this day, like, yeah, I'd still do it. You think I'm crazy. I'm like, no, I did it my whole life. I never got sick.
Well, where I grew up, before you could drink out of the water hose, you had to let it run, or else it was going to scald you because it had been sitting in the hose in the heat the whole time. But
ours was orange water because it was filled with iron. Like filled with iron. I don't know if my brother remembers that, but my hair was like red. We couldn't have white clothes because they would turn, like, you couldn't do white laundry. It was bad. And then actually when we moved away from there, I still do to this day, have like an iron deficiency if I'm not careful, because I think my body got so used to iron.
I was thinking about your your beautiful river you guys swam in, and it's got rocky outcroppings and it where you guys could jump, right? But
Yeah.
for us at the family reunions, we all were waiting to drive down the road to the swimming hole in the creek. And I'm talking, if anybody's familiar with the Big Thicket National Park, it is gnarly and woolly back in there in East Texas. It's pretty close to the border of Louisiana. But most of our rivers on that side of the state, as opposed to the hill country, are where it's rocky, are red mud or sand. It's murky, right? But this water hole had a meandering way about it. And somebody years earlier had tied a rope what seemed to like 10 stories high in a tree. So we loved to go down there and swim. And one time we went down there, and the adults always went first because they were checking for gators, right?
Gosh.
And they saw slides. You could see where they slide in. And so we walked up. People were coming out, and they're like, hey, there's a gator in there. But that was like the highlight of, between horseshoes and playing horseshoes and washers and going to the swim hole. So we actually swam with the gator in there. We just had to be careful, and you had to swim across the freezing cold water to get to the other side of the rope, and you were swimming fast.
I got to go to that swimming hole. Remember?
Yeah, it didn't look anything like the same.
No, it was pretty dry when we went.
And washed out. But.
Yeah. What else? Riding our bikes, of course, for hours and hours. I mean, one of the things that some people were talking to me about was like I said, you go out at first light, basically after you eat breakfast, and then that's brave.
Yeah.
My brother said
they don't bother you
me and
much.
Bear swim with the gators where we live now.
Yeah, they don't bother you much. I mean, back where my dad had a
lake house.
They had to pull gigantic ones out of there every once in a while because it's too close to the swimming hole.
We spent some time there, and it was the most ginormous gator. And they have the
sounds like fucking Jurassic Park when he
went. And then they had the snapping turtles. Is that?
Yeah, that'll take an appendage off.
Yeah, I wasn't
not
about
the right
that.
appendage.
I was not about that. But anyway, going out in the day, what was your rule for coming home? Like, what time did you have to come home?
Well, for me, when I wasn't in the country, I was back home. I had certain things that Mom made me do.
Because she was a single mom, and so you were.
I had chores.
Yeah, we had chores too.
My very first chore ever, I don't remember how old I was. Kindergarten? Hell, I don't know. It was picking up dog shit in the backyard.
That's the worst.
That was my first chore ever, right?
Yeah.
But I had to have, my bed made.
Yeah.
Pretty early. After a while, probably later, she had me washing my own clothes, things like that, because I wouldn't put them in the dirty clothes.
She told me that story.
like I was supposed to. But yeah. So as long as that was done,
you could go.
I could, but I had probably by dark, I needed to be home.
Yeah. And we'd push the dark thing, especially in the summertime when it's like you can't see, but it's not quite dark. You push it a little bit.
Dusk.
Dusk. Yeah, I would love to hear Odin Slane if you have like an awesome memory of us growing up, and maybe something I don't remember, but
I've heard so many funny stories.
We have so many funny stories. I mean, we literally did live.
Wait.
Yeah.
What about the one where you said you accidentally ran him over with the three-wheeler?
Oh, we were at the gravel pit. We were riding three-wheelers. So we lived on a little bit of property. I don't even know how much property it was, maybe 5 acres. I don't know. I have no idea. But our dad built a track, like a motorcycle track through the sagebrush. It was super cool. And then there was a gravel pit by our house. And a lot of times they'd have this huge hill of gravel that we would be able to ride our motorcycles or three-wheelers up and stuff. And so that's where we were, at the gravel pit. And Sean was running, and I think I'm so cool, like always. And I'm kind of chasing him with the three-wheeler. And it was the 250, which was huge for me at the time. I mean, it was my dad's three-wheeler. And he fell, and I ran right over him. I felt so bad. No, doctor, we're fine. Just get up and you're fine.
Don't tell Mom and Dad.
Don't tell Mom and Dad. No, they were there. I got in trouble, I'm pretty sure, but so I was following him too close. But I was also telling him, I posted a picture of myself, my brother, and our cousins. And right after that picture, I remember we were climbing this huge maple tree. I mean, and we would climb to the tippy top of these huge old maple trees. And our cousin Wesley fell. And I think there was like a sapling at the bottom of it.
Is that the hand sign for sapling?
This is a sapling sign.
Okay.
And he fell and it went right through his leg. It was awful. And I don't think anybody took him to the doctor. It was like just pulled I'm not joking. I'm pretty sure my dad just pulled it out. I think it was my dad that pulled it out. I'm sure his dad and our dad were like, I think he's fine, spit on it maybe, and just we were off playing again.
Nice.
Poor Wesley. I felt so bad for him.
He's limping to this day.
I know he still has a scar to this day. I'm sure he has to.
Well, that happened all the time, though. I feel like I've got scars on my knees from trying to jump a bike and, gashing your leg open.
He said Lynn put him on the hood and pulled it out. Yeah, I think you're right. I do remember that on the truck.
Yes.
Yikes. There's probably still shrapnel in his leg.
No, my granddad would always say
Sorry
if
to
something happened and I got hurt, maybe I was little and I was crying, or oh, you've had worse than that in your eye, or something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Or if I was crying too much and it wouldn't stop when I was little, I remember him going, He was an awesome man. He was very sweet, but
yeah, that was kind. It was like
that's why you toughened him up.
Yeah, we don't cry. You weren't allowed really to cry. We used to joke that my mom, I mean, you could be like literally a limb hanging, barely hanging on by some skin, and she would say, just take a Tums and get back outside.
Take a Tums.
It was a Tums for everything. That was yeah.
That's a little chalky morsel.
Yeah, it didn't do anything for pain, but just take a effing Tums and get back outside and watching soaps. I'm watching my soap operas.
Yeah. No, but riding the bikes, especially back home. I mean, when I was with the grandparents, it was all through the woods, right? Started off with slingshots, then BB guns, and then I was big shit when I got to take the 22. But
oh yeah,
back home it was riding bikes everywhere, and I mean, across the highway, which is now a huge highway. It wasn't as big then. There was a blinking light. Out of town.
Oh yeah,
down the road to San Jacinto Monument, where the Battle of San Jacinto took place. We went all over the battleship, up in the monument. I mean, it's like half a day to ride there, kind of a thing.
Yeah.
And then over into the neighboring city. There was definitely not supposed to be that far.
And you know what's crazy is I don't ever remember our parents being like, "Hey, where were you guys today?" They didn't care.
No.
As long as you were back. Like,
they had shit
what'd you do
going
today?
on.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you did today.
Yeah.
You're back and you're alive, barely. But
Yeah, they had shit
we
going on.
we were almost abducted by the creepy guy up the road. I'm just saying, like, it could have been anything, and we didn't.
I mean, there's, and how you described the situation back then. Like, you can't describe folks, like even my grandmother's generation. Like there's some Down syndrome accounts that I watch because they're just the sweetest people. One of them's a freaking amazing golfer. I love watching it.
Yeah.
And most of them have the sweetest hearts, and they're funny, and they've got a lot of character. And so, but the names that the name that my grandmother, I'm not going to say it, but to them it was normal, right? Or to us, the stuff we called each other was normal, or the stuff that we did,
right?
You'd be suspended, whether it was for the fights that you'd get into or the shit you'd do.
We would be in kids today, if they did what we did, would be in jail.
Totally be in jail.
My best friend Katie and I stole. Well, she did it, but I mean, I was set her up to it. I'm sure she stole the keys to the school from the music teacher.
Oh.
And we broke into the school. It was so awesome.
Is this when you got shot at?
Yes, I'll tell that.
Okay.
So we walked down miles. We walked to the school. It was on a weekend. And we get in the back door of our classroom. We use the keys. And it was a huge thing of keys. And we go in there and we play on the computers, probably the Oregon Trail. I think
the janitor keys. That's how you
but
know
no,
important somebody is.
It was the music teacher's keys, though. But anyway, we ran up and down the halls. We did all sorts of stuff. So, well, on our way back, in order to get back on the train tracks to get home, to get back to her house, we had to cut through, I won't say their names because I know they're still around, but they were known. They were mean boys. And we had to cut through their yard to get back on the tracks. And so we, as fast as we could, I believe Katie cut her leg on their fence. And so we're running down, and one of the boys comes out and he has a gun. And it must have been probably a 22 because I don't remember it being like super loud. But he fully shot at us. He was shooting at us as we're running as fast as we
Maybe
can.
just shot up in the air.
Oh, no, he was shooting at us.
You're hearing bing.
So there was that. Us little girls would have been in jail today if we would do that kind of thing. Oh, and we totally would TP stuff and play purse. You remember that game? Did you ever?
Purse?
So we would.
You're asking me if I played purse?
Yeah. So you take a purse and you put it on the road.
Oh.
And you hide. We hid under a bridge, and it was on some fishing line.
It wouldn't have been a purse.
And because people would stop like a purse, and then you pull it as fast as you can. Yeah, we did weird shit like that.
Yeah. No, it was more boys stuff. For example, and you've been there. Used to, what we called the Honda Hills was just an undeveloped part of the neighborhood that had grown up, had dirt hills in it, a pond in it. You ride your bikes and go-karts and motorcycles and stuff all back there. But I remember some homes being built a few blocks away, and we were able to go inside one of them.
Ooh, cool.
Yeah. Well, this is what boys do. We went up to the second floor and pooped off the balcony onto the first floor. So that's different than purse. You know what I mean? It's masculine and feminine energy.
Yeah.
Kind of a thing.
Oh, prank calls, Marnell. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Listen,
Did that.
I was the queen of prank calls, and I would prank call the same people probably for an entire year straight, Katie and I. And there was a particular man we would prank call. We even knew where he lived. He lived by the Dorena Lake, and we called him the Professor. He totally, if you've ever seen, what is that Tom Hanks movie? Oh my gosh, Sardines, Sir? What's that movie? Anyway, that's exactly how this man sounded. And he would go right along with it. But we called him over and over, but I prank called all the time.
Hey, do you have Peter Pan in a jar?
No.
You better let him out.
I don't know what that means.
Prank call. You call the grocery. Hey, do you got Peter Pan in a jar?
Ours were
And they're like,
way
yeah, we've
better
got
than
Peter
that.
Pan in a jar. When are you going to let him out?
That's a good. Is your refrigerator running?
You better catch it.
You better catch
It's got all your food.
It's got all your food.
That was important because after being out all day long eating,
You were
fucking
hungry.
Honeysuckle and berries, you needed some food. So
I am serious with lunchtime. I was just telling you this. Like, I did not know lunch was a thing because growing up, unless you're in school, you got lunch, which was kind of special. But at home, we never had lunch. Like, come in for lunch. There was no lunch, which is fine. We didn't feel deprived, but it was just we didn't have lunch.
I don't remember breaking for lunch much.
Never, because then you're always also afraid you might get stuck.
I'd stuck inside doing
Like,
chores.
what
or
if they have something for you to do?
Yeah, you had something to do.
No.
But here was what we talked about earlier. Okay, whether you were.
When was this? Odin
I
Slane.
totally got April with a break call.
I want to know when this was.
The other question, I mean, we're talking about just basic bodily needs and things while being out so long.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So,
Going potty.
I mean, if you're in the woods, that answers that. You're
Yeah.
just taking care of business.
But what are you doing
But
in
if
the
you're
city?
if you're riding bikes around this, I'm trying to remember. I don't, if you're riding down the ditch and you're a guy, you can stop and go in the culvert or something like that. But what about dose? I don't remember doing a lot of doses.
No.
Dosey dose.
I did some doses.
Well, in the woods, that's easy, right?
I remember.
I mean, you're hustling to a friend's house or what? I can't remember what I did. Maybe it didn't happen.
Yeah.
Because you hadn't eaten really. You had honeysuckle.
I remember my brother would wait.
With the fake computer voice.
I'm sad I don't
That's-
remember. I wish I could.
That's highly
We could re-
technical. We had to make our own fake computer voices. Oh, that's probably what he's saying. He was making his own fake computer
Yes.
voice. Oh,
It's hilarious. But I remember when my brother was little, he never wanted to stop and go potty or go to the bathroom ever. And I mean, I won't tell too much. But do you remember? Wait,
I want to hear his side of this.
I know, because I've told Jay about how you would always be like, "Hey, remember when you pooped your pants?"
In front of people.
Like every time we'd be in front of anybody we barely knew, he would love to tell that story.
Just take you down a notch where you needed to be, Miss Cocky Pants.
Totally. But on Centennial, is that in the CG or the MED? I don't remember that. Dang it, I want to remember. But anyway, what are some other things I would love to, Marnell, if you're still on there, what are some other things that we can reminisce about from the 80s? I mean, I feel like Gen X, I know there's probably a certain time frame, but I feel like it's like 60s, 70s, 80s.
There's similarities. We were talking to Mom about it.
Yeah, we were talking to his mom, and oh, yes. Oh, yes. I'm thinking Jay there. Remember I said my brother, just the other day, we drove literally, I'm like, I think of my brother every time I'm on the street.
Yeah.
And I showed him where you lived. Oh, look at Marnell calling us out.
Oh, Marnell lived up.
Yes, that's funny. You guys probably were neighbors.
You probably saw each other 100 times.
Hilarious, Marnell. That's so funny. But yeah, so we were just on Centennial coming from grocery outlet. But
Bargain Market.
10 cents to make phone calls. You know what? It was 25 cents when we were young, and when we'd go into town, so I was not allowed to call boys, but I knew their number. I still know my boyfriend's number.
The hell?
946-1581. And mine was 946-1328. Call it. See who's there.
I feel about that.
Yeah, I know. But I wasn't allowed to call boys. And so when we'd go into town, I'd bring quarters and I'd sneak over to the phone booth and call. Yeah.
No, didn't do a lot of that. I do remember.
Did you ever use a phone booth?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, when I was in college, I was still every once in a while having to stop off at a payphone. That's right. That's right when cell phones were coming out.
Collect calls. Yeah, that's right. Like if you're at the skating rink or something, which I didn't get to go very much, but your mom wouldn't give you a quarter.
Or being painfully mindful of how much time you were spending on a long distance call.
Oh my gosh.
My grandma, you know how she was before she passed away. I mean, she says bye like 50 times.
Yeah.
But I remember back in the day when it was a long distance call, she was hustling.
And I don't know if it was the case for you, but Sundays were like less money.
Yeah,
they were
like
like
that.
half off for long distance.
Yeah.
So when my brother and I didn't live with our mom, we could only call her on Sundays when it was less expensive to call. Pretty effed up.
Yeah. No, but just weird shit happened all the time, and the issue was you had to adapt. You had to adapt and overcome, or adapt and pivot.
Yeah.
Or be like, down the street there was a boy, crazy stuff. There was a boy who was not.
He was special.
He was special. That's the way we say it now. He was special. And, I remember there was a group of us kids playing outside. Sweet boy, but I mean, when in doubt, whip it out. He pulled his ding out, and we're all just like, but today,
he'd be
shit's
in
hitting the
jail.
fan. You're
You'd
going
be
to
in
jail.
therapy.
You're going to see the counselor.
Gosh. Yeah, I think that's the big difference between our generation and this current generation, especially, is like we didn't even think about like, I'm going to need therapy after this.
Everything's a trauma now.
Or like it wasn't trauma, it was just life. You know what I mean? Like it was just a real fucked up life at times.
Yeah. But at the same time, beautifully feral. And
so feral.
free.
I loved it. I loved when we lived in where we grew up. I say where we grew up, but I mean, really, we when my dad remarried, we ended up moving from there. But when we lived up, it's called Upriver. That was, and you always make fun of me for saying Upriver, but that was like the best days of our lives, I think, just because we were able to be feral and do whatever we wanted. And I mean, for the most part, after our chores. Oh, we built such good forts. Yeah, I loved it. Just being in the mountains all the time was like awesome. I think my brother and I both still really love that. Like it's in our blood to be out in nature.
Yeah, it was a time like I can't imagine with my kids allowing them to do for the period of time all the things we did.
And why do you think that is? Because like there's more crazy people, or what? Like, because don't you wish you could have raised them to be more feral?
and we didn't. Most of the time, we lived a lot of the time out of town. So they would go, and there's still probably stories they haven't told me.
Yeah.
But they'd go play in the woods, tie each other to the trees, Like I got a story of, I think it was Ethan and Molly tying Ella to the tree or a chair or something. I don't know. I just picture Riley off to the side trying to tell everybody what to do.
Oh, yeah.
And
because she's the oldest.
Keeping things all mature and everything. But for her, it was... she was very magical, whimsical, loved to spin in her dresses and dress up.
She was
the
the sweetest thing, yeah.
So, but they did a lot of that too, as much as...
Yeah, I think it just kind of became less and less. Yeah, our kids weren't latchkey kids. Like, I know. So when I would come home alone, I would be so jealous of the kids at school that would have a key around their neck, their house key. I always thought that was so cool. I wanted one so bad, but we didn't need one because we'd lock our door, but it was never really locked. All you had to do, I don't know if my brother remembers this, is jiggle the handle and it would come unlocked, and it was so awesome. So you just go and then you can get in the house.
And Marnile says people said whatever they wanted to. Smoking in the grocery store, or minors buying cigs with a nose.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah. I mean, convenience stores the same. I mean, growing up, back then, it's hard to find an old school small town Texas cafe with the it was either the vinyl cushion seats or the hard Formica sliding kind of seats in the diner where it was just greasy spoon delicious kind of a thing. But that's where the old men would gather. God, probably 4 a.m, between 4 and get their like 5-10 cent cup of coffee. My papa would trip if he realized how much we pay for coffee these days.
I know. It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. Yeah, smoking. Your parents didn't smoke.
My grandparents did.
Your grandparents did?
Well, one side.
One side of my grandparents did too.
On my dad's side, I mean, I have all his pipes, right?
Oh, that's right.
So he stopped before I remember him smoking, but my mom's side, they smoked when I was little.
I fully had intentions of being a smoker. When I turned 8, I think it was my 8th birthday, maybe my 9th, we were at Panda Pizza in the CG, for those of you who know.
That sounds like, nowadays, that's like double bad.
We got to
Panda
go, right? We got to go, it's so true. We got to go there on paydays and then on birthdays. And so anyway, it was my birthday. I did end up stealing quite a bit of things from the local drugstore that night.
Okay.
That's another story. But I was in the bathroom stall with one of my friends, and she's like, are you going to smoke when you get older? I'm like, yeah, I'm fully going to smoke when I get older. I can't wait. Like, I'm going to get an apartment in California, and I'm going to smoke.
Wait, but before that, you said you were going to ride your pink tractor to California.
Oh, I had full intentions because I knew you could drive a tractor without being 16. And so I thought, I have my Cabbage Patch Kid and my Ghetto Blaster that I got for Christmas, both on the same Christmas. And all I need now is a pink tractor. I'm going to paint it pink, and I'm going to head down to California because I had never been to California. I didn't really know what it was, but I just thought it would be could
You could at least have some candy cigs. Do you remember the candy cigs?
I fully always had candy cigs.
When you're riding in the back of the truck.
Yes.
You could buy the candy cigs, and you blow on them and little puff come out.
Did you fully think, people really think I'm smoking and it's awesome?
Yeah.
Me too. I was like,
for me, it quickly went to chewing tobacco or Copenhagen.
No, mine stayed the candy cigs. I love those things from Boyd's Market.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else? Is there anything else?
I remember you telling me a story about how you thought you were the shit with a new pair of boots going into a school assembly.
Oh, I know. I was going just into the gym, and I had peeked at my presents that year for Christmas.
Oh.
So I already knew I was getting them, but I didn't know how cool I would feel when I got them on. But they were a pair of cowboy boots with white. They were white with white fringe on the back. And my mom had a jacket that she'd let me wear, and it was a jean jacket with white leather fringe. So I wore them together, and I felt like the shit. And I remember walking into that gym that morning, like the morning after a Christmas break. You know, you come back and you're wearing all your fancy Christmas presents, your clothes. And I mean, I remember just like
getting it.
Oh my God, I felt so cool. And I still thought volleyball was called volleyball. And I remember they were playing volleyball, and I was like, oh, look at them playing volleyball. And I was
Okay.
Yeah, I
clunking.
thought I was
Just
cool.
those heels hitting the gym floor.
Purposefully, yes. I thought I was cool. Those were my favorite Christmas gift probably ever. Are those boots? I wish I still had them.
Well, see, ours. I mean, with the guys, it was probably a little different. I mean, we'd play Kill the Man in the or football.
Did you ever call it Smear the Queer?
Yes,
that was a thing.
Yeah, we called it that. But mostly Kill the Man. And then, I mean, we'd try to hurt each other. In the wintertime, you'd put on suits, so you had multi-layer clothes, but, little scraps.
Is this at recess?
No, this was, after school.
Oh, okay.
Probably a little bit older, and just tearing each other's, just mauling each other.
Yeah.
And getting in fights. I mean, Charlie Grizzle was a good friend.
You were in some pretty mean fights.
Well,
Tell about the time you were holding something in your hands.
Oh, that was later. That was high school, freshman year. But, and afterwards it was done. You're friends,
Well, that's
you
boys.
You deal with it.
You.
Like the one time you were talking about in lunch, I'd accidentally spilled my friend's drink at the lunch table, and he was full of steroids. And
oh, so this is in like high school.
Yeah, like freshman year. Maybe sophomore. And he just started bawling me out at the end of the table, just yelling at me. And I'm like, just give me a second. I'll go get you another one. He wouldn't stop. And I'm like, well, fuck you. I'm not getting your drink. Right. Another one of our friends down the table decides to jump in on it. And I spent the next 2 weeks listening to him talk shit. 2 weeks of talking shit. And so at the end of that, I was finally like, okay. And, it was meeting in a park. You'd meet in a park. Met in a park by
Take off your
one
shirts.
of my best friends. It was me and two of my best friends went to the park. It was a Friday. I swear 5 or 6 cars pull up over there, and we're just walking.
Yeah.
Just us three. 5 or 6 cars pull up. He's coming across the playground in jeans, no shorts, and hands taped up.
You mean no shirt?
Yeah. Let me make a correction. He was wearing pants. I probably would have called off the fight otherwise. But no shirt on, hands taped up. And because I suspected there was a lot more coming, I went ahead and had D batteries in both hands.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what do you got in your hands, Kevin? And he just walked up and took a swing, and we went to town. So at one point he's like, wait, let me catch my breath. And
did you?
I punted him in the face.
And then you became friends after?
Oh yeah, we was good friends.
I'm dying. Wasn't there a story of you where like the shop teacher was okay with it, and that was a bad one?
Yeah, that's complete. See that today? I'm telling you.
I know things are
kids
so
would be
different.
in juvie, which I did go to juvie one time. Kids would be in juvie, but our it was auto paint and body class. Senior year, done all my classes, so the entire half of the day I was in auto paint and body class. And our auto paint and body teacher was awesome. He actually lived, I could see his house from across the street from me.
Mm-hmm.
And was in the same grade with his oldest daughter. Super nice man. And manly man. He fixed my flat tire for me one time when I was little, all that kind of stuff. But we're in there. He'd also challenge us to pull-ups in the shop for a Nestle's Quick.
Oh, cute.
So whoever won got
chocolate milk.
We had to buy him Nest. Lots of times we had to buy him the Nestle's Quick because he was kind of a scrappy man, really strong. Anyway, for like 2 weeks, so I'd take a shower after that shop class, drive home and then go to the other campus for school, finish out my day. And for 2 solid weeks, I'd be taking a shower, and this kid would be dumping cold water on me and calling me names. Like I could,
Yeah, it gets old.
I'd take it for a while. I mean, again, this is kind of like a 2-week span. And I'm finally like, Javier, you do that one more fucking time, I'm going to beat your ass. So sure enough, here comes the cold water.
He didn't care.
So he comes around. I'm naked as a jaybird in the shower. I'm like, man, let me get my clothes on.
I'm going to beat your ass.
And he's comes back around. So I come out of there with my clothes on. The whole shop class is standing there. Our shop teacher's standing there. Everybody's watching. Javier just comes right here. I mean, just boiling at me. And I took a turn like this and just punched the shit out of him. And he spun around on the floor, and I picked him up and drove him in there. As I flipped him over, he got a little shot on the jaw.
Ooh.
And then I grabbed a handful of his long hair and just started tapping him on the concrete.
Oh, shoot.
That's what I'm saying. That's the kind of shit I'm saying. And in that process, my friend had slipped his foot up underneath Javier's head.
Oh, poor Javier.
So, and then they pulled us off.
Javier, if you're out there.
We'd probably be good friends now. So.
Really sorry about your.
No, I got bullied a couple times in junior. I hated junior high.
Yeah.
I was bigger than everybody in elementary. Junior high, they all caught up with me. Hated it. Then I caught back up in high school. But, there's a couple of guys and a coach that I wanted revenge on for years after that, but never got.
I was going to say Whitney, my friend Whitney, who I went to high school with. She used to call it volleyball as well, so I wasn't alone. But she said, I remember your baby doll dress, April. I had those too. I did have I actually wish I still did. They were so cute in high school. Do you remember jelly bracelets and the charm necklaces? Because those were so cool. I had jelly bracelets because I wanted to be like Cyndi Lauper or Madonna. Like I wanted to be a punk rocker. So I had jelly bracelets all the way up my arm. Obviously, I still kind of going that way. I love bracelets, but
spiritual jellies,
spiritual crystal jellies. But and then do you guys remember the charm necklaces? Those were I just saw a picture the other day. Those were so cool. And then the lip balm tins. Those are totally 80s. There's so many things I wish we had pictures of. Of course, Cabbage Patch Kids. Which, if you think about that whole thing, that's really weird, right?
Cabbage Patch.
You know what I mean?
I never.
Maybe it's not. Maybe I'm overthinking it. It's weird though. But Cabbage Patch Kids, and I really thought mine was real. Like, also like if you had posters of teen throbs, heartthrobs on your wall.
You use a different word than throb. Maybe?
I don't know what to call them. Like,
why do you call it throb?
A heartthrob.
Just nasty.
You're dirty because you're a boy, but anyway, I would literally think, and I know other people think this too. I have thought this too, but like they're really watching me. Like they can see me through the poster.
Okay.
No, I would really believe that. Like they're. Hi,
Okay.
Kirk.
Hey, Kirk Cameron. Hey.
Hi, Ralph Macchio.
Yeah, Chips.
Karate Kid. No, Karate Kid.
Oh, I was thinking
not
Chips.
Chips.
Did you didn't watch Chips?
And I mean, a little bit.
Dukes of Hazzard?
Yeah, Dukes of Hazzard for sure.
Oh, yeah, Days of Duke.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Was
Xanadu?
that your heartthrob?
Xanadu, what?
You're a little older than me. So.
Going from Sandra to Sandy. Hey, Grease Lightning.
You always say that when I wear my leather jacket.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so funny. Anything that you can think of else? I wish we had like a list.
No.
We're so Gen X that we want like lists on paper. They don't do that anymore,
Yeah, and
apparently.
it looked like shit. So
Apparently it's not a thing.
Hingle, he's got it set up to where in the future we're going
On Saturday.
Yeah,
That's our
Saturday.
next live.
That future.
We're not going to have a live on Thursday because
It's the holidays.
It's Christmas, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Saturday, we'll get right back into some subjects that we actually have a ton of response out of parental alienation and no contact. Like people want us to go into that some more.
So we're going to, and we have experience with both from both sides of it. You know, like going no contact ourselves and our children going no contact. So
well, what I'm geeked about is the fact that we can we can now actually do some clips of videos back here on the green screen
Yeah.
that we'll be able to see, and you can see and hear as well,
Yeah.
as opposed to sitting here and me putting my readers on and reading a piece of paper like a
Every time
like a
we watch
goober.
these back, of course, there's things that we're like, okay, we want to change that, or we don't like
That was
that.
boring
It's
as
hard
hell.
doing lives because, you can't change. You can't. There's no going back.
I like it.
Yeah,
I
we like
I like
it.
that part.
I
And
like
it's
it
fun
too.
going back and making the clips and things, but I'm super because let's face it, we're a brand new small channel, which evidently is going pretty well. So thankful for that.
Yeah.
But, obviously not popular enough to have a guest to interview. So what's the next best thing? Referencing folks that are popular, that we've learned a lot from,
Yeah.
and then having our comments
And being
about it.
able to like reference them in real time.
Yeah,
is
give
kinda
them
cool.
credit for
Yeah.
things that we're really thankful for.
Yeah, yeah. Also, I don't know, Odin Slane, are you still on there? Just give me a thumbs up. I just was going to tell you that I looked up RSO oil, and I have actually used it. I didn't know that was what it was called. It is amazing, very healing for so many different things.
What does RSO stand for?
Rick Simpson oil, I believe. That's what it's called. It's a THC based.
Wasn't expecting that.
I know. It's kind of a funny, but he's the one who I guess kind of created it's not a tincture. It's more like a tar.
Thank you, Rick.
Thanks, Rick. But it is amazing. I actually had a cancer scare some years ago, and I had a tumor that was like the size of a softball that I had to have removed. But before I knew whether it was cancer or not, I just went full bore into healing naturally. No matter what it was. And that was one of the things that I ended up taking. And you get high as a kite. I don't know if we can say that on here, but it was amazing. The best sleep of my life. It just super relaxing and super healing. So thank you for reminding me of that. I did look it up and realized that I knew what it was. I just didn't know it was called that. All right. So
I think that's there's
sufficient.
so many.
I know there's
We
some. We just wanted to have a light conversation tonight.
easy one
We're
tonight.
so appreciative that everybody tuned in and said.
Hey, did I mention that we're going to be putting? I'm pretty geeked about that.
He's so excited. He called me from the studio and said, "You gotta get
You
down
gotta come
here.
see this
You
shit.
gotta come see this."
They're going to love it.
I was worried. I'm like, "Is it bad news? Are we having technical
I
difficulties?"
swear, I'm sitting
But
there watching back through the ones we've done with
Are
the
you-
piece of paper, and I just couldn't. I was like, oh,
I think we have RSO oil ready to roll.
what?
Let's see. Sure, let's watch RSO oil for those who.
I'm on it.
And look it up because it is. Oh, we got to do this. This is how
Yeah, we got
fancy we are.
headphones.
Okay.
Uh,
We're working on it. It's coming.
You're making Hingle hustle.
Oh, I'm sorry.
He wasn't. Dang, you're like, okay, Hingle.
Let's see. Is it?
Simpson oil, otherwise known as RSO, is a full extract cannabis oil that is used to treat, cure, and ease many illnesses. I
Yes.
use mine to greatly help shrink an esophageal tumor. Please do your own research, though, to make the best decision for your own treatment.
I did not
And
make it
most of
myself.
all,
I
wish
bought
you
it.
Continued health, and that's
Just
most
making it
important.
herself. I had no idea.
First, we started with about an ounce of cannabis, decarbed cannabis. Then you're going to take that and you just want to grind it into shake.
Okay, now I want to
And then
make
I'm
it.
putting into
And she's just
mason
ruined a bunch
jar.
of good
I just
smoke.
have some of my Everclear, and I'm using it to just clean out that container. I want to make sure I
Did
get
she say
all of that
Everclear?
cannabis,
You got to clean it like
pouring
it's a
it in.
tincture.
And now we're
Jeez.
going to just take enough Everclear to just cover the top of your cannabis in your jar. Give it a little shake, mush it up a little bit, just trying to get that extraction process moving. Then put it into the freezer for 45 minutes to several hours.
That's not bad.
After that, you're going to take it out and strain it with a
The alcohol doesn't clean it. It,
cheesecloth.
I don't
Pulls
know.
the THC.
Oh, pulls the
Squeeze
THC.
the heck out of it because you
We're not
wanna
gonna
get
tell you how we
every
knew that.
little drop of that green gold right there. That is what is going to help us, folks.
Mm-hmm.
Take it
I'm
now,
gonna make
put
it.
it into a rice cooker as a water bath. Do not allow it to go over 240 degrees. You
Okay.
must have some ventilation. This should be done outdoors.
You're welcome,
not indoors,
everybody.
with a fan blowing those fumes away from you. This, you can see, that was after about an hour.
Nice.
This is now after about maybe
Dang.
2 hours or so. It is close. It's about 15 minutes away from
Whoa.
being done. And here is my finished product.
Dab.
And here we go.
It's not dab.
That's about
Dang.
That's cool. I did not. So I bought mine. I did not know you could make it, but I'm, of course, into. Oh, okay. Yeah. Whitney said her husband used RSO oil when he had cancer. Very helpful. Made him sleep a lot. Yes.
Nice.
That's what it did for me, which I needed at the time. So that's awesome. I think I'm always into whatever I think that we are given. I'm opening up a whole nother can from Gen X to plant medicine, but we are given everything we need to heal. I am a huge believer in that. As a lot of you know, that's the other business that I do is holistic healing. And so,
You just lost the knowledge of how to do it. But if you're regaining the
know.
knowledge,
remembering,
now you're a witch.
Yeah, they think I'm a witch, and which I guess being a witch is part of that, being a healer and a seer and a midwife, which I'm not a midwife, but I guess if that's what a witch is, then I'm a witch.
Anyway, so appreciate it. Wanted to be fun and light this evening.
But we went not so light right there at the end.
Yeah,
But that's
see?
okay. That's who we are.
But we did it with technology.
And we want to thank our producer because he's got
yeah.
it going on. He knows how to do this kind of stuff, which is awesome.
We out here.
Learn
team.
Odin Slane says, I have multiple mimosa trees on my property. Very good medicine. Ooh,
Nice.
You're so lucky. That's amazing. Do you remember my salvia? I remember you talking about salvia, which I know about now.
You got it here.
I still have the same salvia that you saw probably 12 years ago. I still have the same plant. Did you know that? That's the same one.
I didn't know it was the same one, but I know we've got it growing out in the...
No, that's yarrow.
Oh, yarrow.
Yeah, no, you're thinking of our yarrow. We have wild yarrow, which is extremely healing as well, but we have salvia. Yeah, we love all of that, obviously. And, my brother we really went on a different subject, but that's okay. But my brother, you were ahead of your time, ahead of my time. You knew things well before me, and I'm so sorry that I judged you for those things back then.
He woke up before any of us.
He woke up before.
And probably got treated like shit.
Yes, and yes. And
unfortunately.
Man, if we could have a conversation now, it would be a lot different. So... it's like we're always ending on this note.
Well, it's a beautiful thing.
It's a beautiful
Hopefully
thing. Yeah, I really love seeing you on here. It means a lot to me. And Whitney, thank you for joining us. And Marnell, I know Marnell and Rachel, they are our barbecue friends. They have a barbecue truck that is freaking amazing here locally. Whitney, if you're ever here in Central Oregon, you have to stop in. I try not to say where we live just because, but you'll have to stop in and have some barbecue if you like barbecue. Because
afraid our studio might get swatted.
Well, I'm not afraid.
Wouldn't put it past them, but
yes, I hope so, brother. I hope so. So anyway, Whitney, if you're ever driving through, you have to stop at M&R Barbecue. They are the shit. They make the best barbecue, and this is coming from a Texas boy who is very, very picky about his barbecue, but they are so good. And I just feel like, honestly, they keep getting better.
They do. And
right now, we are not eating meat. Oh. Well, I'm just saying, and it's not, just for some spiritual stuff that we're doing, but it's really hard when we smell their barbecue because it's so good. And we love them very much. But anyway.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, we love you all. Love you, brother.
Expect more of this goodness. We're going to be...
Yeah,
Did I tell you how excited I am about it? Huh?
He's so excited about
Orthodox.
it. So Saturday, we will be live again on Saturday, not Thursday. So we're taking Thursday off just because we don't expect anybody to be watching on that day. But maybe our audience would be. Who knows? We don't celebrate that holiday, but a lot of people do. So we will see y'all on Saturday.
Yes. Thank
okay.
you.
Thank
Talk
you guys.
To you soon.
Bye.
As it's fading out, they could probably still hear us.
Can they?